Ko rangi nui kei runga ko papa Uenuku ki raro kei tu wanga nui a tātou tihei mauri ora. Tuake au e tua nei, nāna te mana te ihi, te wehi, e mihi atu ki te papa Uenuku, he mihi hoki ki wanga nui a tātou. Haere, haere, haere atu rā. Ki te maunga a whetu marama, whetu matarau. Ngā mihi, ki te whenua moke moke, ngā mihi. Ki te moana mā tiei, tiei, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou katoa. He mihi, ngā mihi, ki te whenua a waiheke, rire hau, pai mā rire.
What we're trying to do here is communicate, and every art piece that I make is trying to tell a story. This is the story of the waka, and I think it's gathering, journey, and the journey of this waka is quite significant, I think, because it sort of seems to encapsulate a lot of what the event centre wants to do. Kaupapa or philosophy we were given was journey, arrival and gathering, and I think the way, the whole concept, how this has come together with right from the very start.
We sort of build our story around those things when we have visitors come. It's not just an event centre, it's a place to come and view I guess it's the culture of Aotearoa. Pokapua has numerous amounts of iwi kairunga, and all across the ao, right across the world, all the indigenous peoples have come down to put pieces of their culture on that pou. Kei te kōrero I roto I tamaoho, te mana whenua. He rangatira tū rangatira, so always gotta have a tangata tautoko.
To have the waka and what Anton's doing with the waka. We've got the kids from Otahuhu College doing part of the carving. We've also got Ted Ngataki, who's been a trustee and is a master carver, doing some of the carving. So we're very fortunate to get such wonderful people to take the spirit along with us.
We're helping Anton do the back part of the waka called the taurapa. Having the three of us, myself and our guys, Anton and his thinking, and then Jay and the children at Otahuhu College. In my lifetime of learning how to carve, we've only ever carved projects in that manner. Let's wānanga, haere ki te noho, kōrero tahi. We'd all get a piece to do, and that was our part of mahi tahi. We're building the tauihu. The tauihu is the front of the waka, an integral part of the waka because it clears the pathway forward. So we're very humbled to be part of the waka build, and this tauihu represents moko I ka heku waru. It was a kaitiaki that came with Tainui Waka. And that's part of why we're introduced to Otahuhu College, having that bond to the whenua nei of Hononga Waka, and also to the waka, Hononga Waka. And to see these students carving beautiful work on their own and then get introduced to a big project like this. Sir, are we worthy? Should we be able to carve? And I said, I have so much trust and faith in these students.
So when I joined Whakairo, it linked me back to my land and my people and where I'm from. Each carving that I do has a story behind it, and the stories that are told from those pieces can go on to the next generation, which I love.
And it's about building esteem and a spirit and all working together as a community. They've got to get the feeling of what it's all about, and it's a very important part. We live on an island, we're seafaring people, we're very multicultural, and all different nationalities all want to come together.
We now have Afghanistan students who are lovely carvers. We have Samoan students, we have all our other Pacific Island students. So opening that door and that avenue for our tamariki to build their wairua and to be part of this whakairo, the tauihu, is part of that process. For me, as part of these students that come here, they're learning tau Māori. Kanawe ramo mo tikanga, karakia, tikanga for whakairo, and they're learning all of that.
I didn't know much about the Māori culture, and I love the Māori culture. I've always loved it, since I was young, being a Cook Islander, and it's so amazing to see how far I've gotten.
Every time that we carve a piece, we know there's a meaning behind that certain pattern, and we can go away and tell people that certain pattern and the meaning, and even have our own story to it.
In Afghanistan, we didn't have carving, don't know about Maori culture much, but when I started Whakairo, then by learning the patterns and the meaning behind it, so we learn more and more every day.
And I saw the Maori design is really cool. It's cool things for me. I'm feeling it's really cool because it doesn't matter where I'm from. We should learn more different about cultures.
And just to see our students carving, but also to build their wairua. Ka nā peke nā heke nā wairua nei, o nā tai tamariki o te kura nei. I think that's one of the valuable parts about teaching whakairo here. You can see the change in their āhua, how they come in as students or first-time carvers, and see them progressing. Blessed to have all these students here learning tau Māori.
But I think what's pretty important is our young people needing to realise that this is the vessel that brought our descendants here. And I think those educational points is what comes up in terms of the waka. So it's not just the symbolism for the manukau.
So you're leaving something for the next generation. You're leaving something for your family, for your great-grandchildren. It will be there forever. And I keep telling my students, it'll be there forever, and you're going to be part of it, which makes them excited and happy that 100 years from now, their waka will be still sitting there, and your grandchildren will be around there, touching it. My papa carved this.
And for the children to be able to get into the waka and feel about it and sort of understand, how their ancestors came across the oceans and these things. And it's really a very important part of our heritage.
So those children begin to understand what it was like or connect with the feeling of what a waka is.
Nā tika tērā te kōrero he mohi o te rangatahi. Tā mai nei te titiro ki te whakamahia I roto, I waho, I te taha, tērā ngā whakaaro o te wakataua. I'm sort of warm. Mahana te ngā kau, te tinana hei waiho tia mai te waka I runga rā ki te